looking crowd. All right, how you doing? That guy looks like Waldo on his day off. Look at that guy. Okay, Waldo in his casual clothes. I'm just chilling. I ain't working today, you know. Join me tomorrow with Quincy Jones, Academy Award-winning actress Vanessa Redgrave, and from the hit series Home Improvement, Tim Allen will be here. Should be, yeah. What's up? Michigan. My next guest immortalized Dizzy Blondes forever as Chrissy. And, are you all Three's Company fans? Yeah. Yeah, because you can still watch Three's Company 8 times a day. Well, she's back on television as the star of Step by Step. Let's take a look at her new work. Please welcome the queen of the Thigh Masters, Susanne Summers. First of all, what are you wearing to smell?
Oh, vanilla mango.
God, you smell real. I mean, that's the first thing I noticed. You smell real good, and you look even better.
Thanks.
You must be using this damn thing. You look so good, and I'm buying one of these for my next woman.
You just put it between your knees and squeeze.
Okay,
it matches your suit, too.
Absolutely,
yeah.
so I can
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh.
Ooh, you really hurt yourself that way. No.
Oh, is that wrong?
Red thing down.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. See, I didn't have the box and the instructions,
yeah.
so... But...
Always keep that red thing down, because
okay.
Otherwise you'd be talking real high.
Okay. Now, let me ask you about the history of this thing. How did you find out about it?
Well, I was working out with this guy because I had to get ready for a job, and his name was Frank Zane. He was Mr. Olympia 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, we should think up something because there are a lot of people out there right now my age, women, and this is like an area where it doesn't matter how many legs if you do, it's a tough area. So we were looking for something like this, and out of the blue, this woman came to me and she said, I've got this great product for your upper arm. She said, if you use it, you could raise your bust 2 inches. And she's doing this thing here, and it's for your lats and biceps. And I grabbed it out of her hand and I said, but it's great for your inner thighs, right? And she said, oh, it's great for that. So I said, let's call it a Thigh Master, and that's how it started. And it makes this like really hard right here.
When are they going to come up with something just for men? I mean...
Well, we have one coming out, you know, but I'm fighting with my partners. I have a partner in this, and they want to call the men's version a Pro Master. And I want to call it a Guy Master. Wouldn't Guy Master be better than Pro Master? Oh. Yes, no.
They like Pro Master.
You like Pro Master better than Guy Master? But what about Guy Master? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, your partner's probably sitting at home saying, I told you.
He is, oh God, I know.
What, is your husband involved in this?
Well, he did all the marketing. You know, when I walk out and they say, somebody says great legs, that's my husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You do have, how old are you?
Oh, God, 45.
That's the first thing you should say when you're advertising.
Really?
The only reason I put you on the spot and asked you that because I heard that you weren't one of those people that shy about their age.
Well, you know, I remember when quite a while ago, like maybe 15 years ago, Gloria Steinem came out and she said she was 40, and she said, this is what 40 looks like, and I thought, cool, looks great. And I don't know why, I mean, it's a great age, everything. I don't know, even sex is even better at 45. I mean, everything's good. You know, you just don't sweat the small stuff anymore, and you're real relaxed.
Yeah, I'm sure this helps, but I'm sure you've just been blessed, you know. You've just been blessed. How did you meet your husband?
On a game show. On the anniversary game, he was the host and I was the prize model, the one that opened refrigerator doors.
Yeah.
And I kept looking like, right there's the red light, but I kept looking over here at that door, so I got fired on the first day, but got the host, went out with him, slept with him, and been sleeping with him ever since. You know, you gotta date these Catholic schoolgirls.
But you didn't sleep with him the first date, though.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Why, haven't you ever done that? Do you even need a date?
We'll be right back. That was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
But you look the same.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
That was probably 20 years ago.
How'd
That
you
was
get
my
the-
first job.
And how did you get it?
I walked in for an interview. They were interviewing blondes. And I didn't have enough money, you know, to get over the bridge, Golden Gate Bridge, and pay for parking, and I had a little baby, and I walked into this room, and there were about 250 blondes, and I said to the casting guy, I said, I can't stay because the parking will cost too much, and he said, well, you know, George is really interested in you, and I said, I just, you know, so he said, well, just wait. I walked in, and George got all squiggly when I walked in, and all he said to me was, can you drive? And I said, yeah. And they said, that's it. And I thought, well, this is stupid. Now I have to pay for the parking and everything. And I got home and I got it. Because I reminded him of the girl that he based that part on in his hometown when he was growing up.
Oh.
So that's how.
Everything happens for a reason.
For a
That's great.
reason, yeah.
Yeah, let's move to step by step for a second. Tell them what it's about.
Blending families, essentially. He has 3 kids. I have 3 kids. We met. We had sex on the first night on that show, too. God, I sound like this really loose woman.
I was alone
Yeah.
the night your show debuted.
Yeah, right.
So there's a theme here.
Yeah, but I always marry him, you know. I sleep with him, I marry him.
Maybe I'll get married.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we're going to have to throw this whole show away now.
So we met in Jamaica and had this torrid love affair, and 5 days later we got married. Then all of a sudden went, oh my God, we have these children, and they've never met either of us, and so his kids, of course, hated mine, and vice versa, and sort of like what life is like out there.
Yeah. How does this differ from the average sitcom on television?
Well, I think Patrick and I have a real sexual relationship. I think because it came about with such passion and impulsiveness and immediacy that whenever the kids are out of the room, he grabs me, and I don't know, it's kind of nice. You know, I think it's a healthy, I think it's healthy for kids to see their parents really dig each other like that when they're married, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many unhealthy families, and we're just trying to show one that in the light of today's world, and the reality is that you put families together now, if you're lucky, there's a lot of single parent homes, and here's one that's, it's not as easy as we make it look on a sitcom, but it offers hope to those kids. You know, every other kid in every classroom in this country is a child of divorce. And you're a child of divorce. You know what that feels like. It's, my son said something to me last year. I mean, I've been divorced since I was 18 years old. And he said, you know, it doesn't matter what parent I spend the holiday with, I'm always guilty that I'm not with the other one. So that's his legacy. And don't you feel that, too? You know, you're always juggling between the two.
Yeah. That's a perfect transition into the book. I heard you this morning on the Michael Jackson show, and very interesting conversation. I also think it's ironic that at one time your opening act was Roseanne. You all were out on the road entertaining.
Right.
And now you're both crusading to try to help young people in America. Tell them what's in this book.
It's called Wednesday's Children, and I don't know if any of you know, I did the movie last year, and I wrote the book Keeping Secrets about growing up with an alcoholic father and how it affected me because I didn't drink. And so you would think, well, she made it out okay. And I got such a response. People all over the country wrote me letters and said, okay, now you open the wounds, what do I do? And I just felt if I could gather up people that I know in the business. You know, Cindy Williams and I always used to talk about our alcoholic dads. And I remember watching Angie Dickinson, who's a friend of mine, and she said something about how she's never happy, or her work is never perfect enough for her. And I thought, God, I wonder if she's from that kind of background. And so as I got into it, it got heavier and heavier, because then I got into people who were physically abused and not just emotionally abused, and people who were sexually abused. And it's interesting that Oprah did that great special last Friday night, and that this book should come out this week, because what it's about is no child ever deserves to be beaten, abused, or violated. And children deserve to live in a safe house, and children deserve to be nurtured, and children deserve our trust. And so many children are living in houses where they can't trust. Think terrible things are happening. So I have this wonderful life, and maybe it's a way of giving back. I know you do that. I saw you after the riots, you know, and I know what you stand for too. And we have these wonderful lives and careers, and I think you got to balance it somewhat. When I watched the riots, and I was traveling, I wasn't in town, I watched it from different cities in America, and I cried every time I'd watch it. I get a big lump in my throat. And I watched them kick in Reginald Denny's face. And I'm not condoning that at all. But what I think we have to look at is the broader picture. And why? Where'd all the rage come from? If those kids were in homes where they were getting the proper nurturing, and they had and things were going really well for them, they